guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Islat, and in today's video I'm going to be talking to you guys about setting and achieving spiritual goals. That's right. Let's get right into the video. So I know that it's that time of the year. Everyone has lined up the goals that they want to achieve for the year. Everyone has sort of like put plans in place that they want to achieve during the year, and I find that one of the areas of my life that suffers when it comes to planning is my spiritual life. I don't know why, but yeah, I find that myself and just other like Christians that I've met don't necessarily plan or structure themselves when it comes to their spiritual lives like they would in other areas of their life. For example, their finances or their relationships with people or their career. In today's video, I'm just going to be sharing a couple of tips, a couple of things that could help you, empower you in order to set goals in your spiritual life and actually achieve those goals that you set. So I don't know if you guys are familiar with SMART objectives. So SMART objectives is basically an outline, it's an acronym for specific, measurable, attainable, realistic, and time bound. It's used in goal planning, and I've actually used this in my spiritual life. Okay, so I'm gonna be very detailed and I'm gonna break it down for you all. So don't worry, I got you guys. All right, so every goal that you are going to set or that you want to set must be one, specific. What is it that I'm trying to achieve? What goal do I want to achieve? What plan do I want to achieve for myself? Two, measurable. Okay, now that I know what plan I want to achieve, what goal I want to achieve, how am I going to measure if I've actually achieved that goal? The third is attainable. Okay, this goal that I know that I want to achieve and I know how I'm going to measure it. Is it attainable? Is it possible to actually achieve that goal? The fourth being realistic. This goal that I know that I want to achieve, I know how to measure it, and it's possible to achieve this goal. Is it realistic? Okay, and I'm going to give you guys examples, don't worry. And the last being time bound. What time frame am I going to attach to this goal that I know that I want to achieve? I know how to measure it. I know that it's achievable. I know that it's realistic. What time frame am I going to put in order to achieve that goal? Because I find that when you don't put a time frame with the goal you want to achieve, you're very relaxed, you're not as disciplined. So putting a time frame gives you a healthy kind of pressure in order to achieve that goal that you want to achieve, basically. So guys, that's what SMART means: specific, measurable, attainable, realistic, and time bound. So now let's link that into our spiritual lives. Okay, so I'm going to use myself as an example. So this year I wrote down a couple of things that I wanted to achieve in each area of my spiritual life. So with prayer, evangelism, Bible study, character, things like that. So I just broke my spiritual life down into different areas and I wrote a goal that I wanted to achieve for each of that. So I'm going to pick one area of my spiritual life. I'm going to pick Bible study. So the goal that I wanted to achieve this year for myself with Bible study was memorizing scripture. Let's use memorizing scripture for example. So this goal is, I'm just using the SMART approach to setting goals. So one, I know the area of my life, of my spiritual life that I want to improve on, which is my Bible study life. Okay, so I'm specific, being that I've identified what exactly it is with my Bible study that I want to achieve. So I want to memorize scripture. I'm going to hide scripture in my heart. Okay. Two, measurable. How am I going to measure and whether or not I have been, memorizing the scripture? So for example, I have a little notebook. Okay, so this is the little journal that I use to write down scriptures that I read every day. I pick one scripture, I write it down in my notebook, and I memorize it during the day, and I go back and just test myself at night. So measurable. How am I going to know if I am making progress towards that goal of memorizing scripture? I memorize them and write them in a notebook. So I test myself every night or every couple of, or let's say every week, to see if I can remember the scriptures I've been memorizing. Okay, so that's number two. Measurable. My goal is measurable. The third being attainable. Is it possible to actually memorize scripture? This goal that I want to achieve, that I've set for myself, is it possible to achieve to actually memorize scripture and like have them in your head or in your heart and like remember them and like recall them? Yes, it is possible to memorize scripture. So my goal is achievable. The fourth noun is realistic. So this goal of memorizing scripture, is it realistic? Can I really do this? Considering every factor, that might affect me, is it possible to actually memorize scripture? Yes, it is realistic. I can memorize scripture. I can memorize portions of the Bible and have them in my heart and bring them out when I need to. So yes, my goal is realistic. And the last is it time bound? And what time frame have I set for myself in order to achieve that goal? So let's say, for example, I'm working with a month. So in a month, I want to learn 50 scriptures. I want to have 50 scriptures in my heart. So my goal is time bound. Or I could even bring it down to 2 weeks. In 2 weeks, I want to learn 20 scriptures in the Bible. My goal is time bound. So guys, you can see that goal that I want to achieve is SMART because it is specific, memorizing scripture; measurable, I test myself to see if I can recall the scriptures I've memorized; achievable, it's possible to memorize scripture; it's realistic, considering all the other factors, maybe in my school, like things that I get to do in a day. It's realistic to be able to learn, slotting learning one scripture every day. And lastly, it's time bound. I've given myself 2 weeks to learn 20 scriptures, and that kind of just gives me a healthy pressure and a bit of discipline towards achieving that goal. So yeah guys, that really is it. It's that simple to set a SMART goal to achieve your spiritual goals. Yeah guys, there you have it. It's really that simple, setting spiritual goals and achieving them. Just make sure that your goals are SMART. I find that sometimes we make very unrealistic goals. So one being, I want to pray every night for the rest of my life. I mean, that's not a bad thing to do, but there are so many factors that could affect that. One, for example, maybe you're getting married, or maybe you just had a baby. It might not be possible to pray like from the hours of 12 to 6 consistently every night. It really just depends on your schedule, where you are at in your life. So with every goal that we are setting, we have to make sure that they are specific, they are measurable, they are achievable, realistic, and time bound, guys. Okay, so I hope this video was very useful to you. Found it so useful to me in my spiritual life. Like I said, I have split up my spiritual life into different areas and just set a goal that I want to achieve during the year. It's made it so easy achieving spiritual goals and just drawing nearer to God and just pursuing Jesus. So I know that when it comes to setting spiritual goals, it can be a bit I don't know the word to use, a bit frustrating, because God is just so big, and I'm just like, God, I don't know how to pursue you. There's so many things. There's prayer, there's Bible study, there's evangelism, there's like character, there's so many things. Lord, help me. I hope this video has been useful. You don't have to feel overwhelmed when it comes to setting spiritual goals. Just apply the wisdom that you have received literally in your circular life. So it's like school, like work, or like career. Literally apply that into your spiritual life and you will see growth and you will see fruit. So thank you so much for watching my video, guys. I just wanted to say thank you to everyone who subscribed. Again, please like this video, comment, also share, like, how do you set spiritual goals? How do you ensure that you're making progress towards achieving your spiritual goals? Please share things that have helped you. Do you have accountability partners? That's something that I didn't talk about in this video. Maybe I'll do so in another video, but just share things that have helped you and achieve spiritual goals. So yeah, please like this video, subscribe to my channel if you haven't done so, and share this video with as many believers who are in need of help, desperate help, to set and achieve spiritual goals. That's really much what I have to share for you guys in this video. I just also wanted to say that as proactive as we are in every other area of our lives, maybe with our relationships, maybe with our careers, academics, I want to encourage us to be as proactive in our spiritual life and pursuing Jesus, because the Bible does say that those who seek God with all of their hearts will find him. If you seek him grudgingly, you won't find him. You have to seek him with all of your heart, guys, and because he gave his all for you. So yeah, thank you for watching my video. I'll see you all in my next video. Bye.